Rikad Kadwawala and Abid Ali aren't terrorists. In fact, they're quite the opposite. They're peace-loving MHS students who appreciate the freedoms they have here in America. Unfortunately for these two followers of Islam, they face discrimination due to the violent and distorted acts of the Islamic State in Iraq and Syria, commonly referred to in the news as ISIS.
I don't think it's really representative of Muslims as a whole because we're diverse, we're just like everyone else, and they're a small portion of a larger Muslim community. Islam's one of the biggest religions in the world, and so obviously there's going to be some bad people in it, but there'll be a lot of good people too.
They don't represent us as a group because they're more violence-based and they twist the ideas that we hold on for. Like, the thing about Muslim is, like, it's a religion, but it's also an identity. It's like us as a group, and we do tend to band together in different ways. So, I mean, you're taking our identity and you're twisting it into something else, and you're showing everybody else that this is who we are, and it's not.
Even though Islam actually translates to peace, the ISIS group is using terror in their attempt to create an Islamic State across the Sunni areas of Iraq and Syria. Rikad says that true followers of Islam believe in peace, and ISIS does not represent the Muslim community.
They're trying to get rid of all the people they think are doing wrong, like Christians and Muslims who are not following their religion maybe or whatever. So a lot of times that's what they're going for, and it's not right. Like in our book it says that you're supposed to be tolerant of other religions. And being lumped with them is wrong because even though you may not know what we stand for, doesn't automatically mean that what we stand for is bad.
As a citizen, they've made me feel more patriotic. My views towards them come entirely as an American citizen and not as a Muslim. I really think that this conflict isn't about religion, it's more about politics and them not liking the US and just using religion as a scapegoat.
Rikad explains the common misconception of the term jihad, the banding together of Muslims to defend themselves.
Like, that's what ISIS calls what they're doing, the violence. They call it jihad. That is not what that is for. Jihad is when we are being attacked physically by some outside force and we have to band together and fight back.
Rikad admits that there can be times when people accept stereotypes and believe that all Muslims are out to spread fear. She has even had to deal with negative comments because of this.
When I go somewhere where not many people know me, that's the first thing they see, is that I cover my hair, I wear long clothes, I wear loose clothes.
Despite all of the attention given to ISIS in the news, Abid admits that the people of Mason have been very accepting of his beliefs.
People around here are pretty nice, and most of them are well informed enough to know that that religion is not all a person is.
Especially not in Mason. I don't know why, but it just seems to be a lot more tolerant here. I have had that problem in my other schools sometimes. But I mean, here it's mostly like, I mean, people ask questions, and I'm totally fine with that. Like, people ask questions, people are curious, but they never, like, harp on me. They never, like, judge, and they never seem to really see that as part of it. Like, they just kind of like, oh, it's there, that's okay.
In this region of Southwest Ohio, which is still an area strongly influenced by the Bible Belt, Rikad says that there are many parallels between Islam and Christianity.
It is a lot like Christianity. Even like a lot of the stories, most of them are just names switched around, and sometimes they focus on a different side of things.
While both Rikad and Abid admit that the Mason community has been very accepting of their beliefs, they understand that as long as there is Islamic jihadist violence going on in Iraq and Syria, they may be looked at differently. But their hope is that those who look at them differently will take the time to understand their religion and its true meaning, and that is peace. I'm Julia Hollon, NBC News.